Hello everybody, welcome back to our YouTube channel and welcome to our YouTube channel. I am the real Cass Perry and this is the real Miss Nessa. Yes. So today we are going to be the wedding drama llamas. We are going to check out all of the wedding drama on Reddit and read all of their strange different stories and tales. I feel absolutely horrifyingly bad because I have a weird sinus cold, so please do not mind me. I probably sound like Darth Vader. But we are going to go on. Our first story is in r-bridesmaids tales. It is titled Honorary Bridesmaid, posted by u-minute estimate 199558-6. Okay. My best friend made me an honorary bridesmaid at her wedding. She lived with me and my parents while she was in college. We let her have parties, and she lives rent-free. I was there through breakups and ER visits. COVID happens, and she has a kid and drops me. Puts her other friends ahead of me, not to mention the money we've spent on her. I was out in a group of ladies I didn't even know, and they have only known her since after her 3-year-old son was born. I don't know what I should do, but I was hurt. Help me. I don't know what to tell you, honey. People drift apart. What does honorary bridesmaid mean? Oh, we have a comment from OP. Also, when I told her I was thinking of not going through with it, she said it would hurt her, and why was I mad at making me an honorary and not a normal one? The very roommates she didn't like and would stay at my house so she could get away from were the actual bridesmaids. They didn't get to her wedding on time and didn't walk down the aisle. And also, 3 of her bridesmaids didn't even make it on time when she got married. Oh, wow. I really don't know what to say to that. I am so sorry. Revolutionary Cap 141 says, this reminds me of an episode of Say Yes to the Dress when a lifelong friend was appointed an honorary bridesmaid. I remember thinking to myself at the time, what the hell is an honorary bridesmaid? That's what I'm thinking! You're either a bridesmaid or you aren't. Perhaps you could say something along the line of, I'm a bit confused. What exactly is an honorary bridesmaid, and what role would I play at your wedding? I do not think it can hurt to ask a simple question to gain some clarity. You know, I agree with that, because I don't get it. Like, I truly don't get it. I do not understand. I fully do not understand. In any way, shape, or form. In no way, shape, or form do I understand. I don't get it. So, another one from r-bridesmaid tales, Drunken Bridesmaid. Feeling so guilty that I got too drunk at my best friend's wedding as a bridesmaid. Talked to bride and apologized, and she said she was hurt but wanted to move on. Can't forgive myself, feeling so anxious and barely eating, looking for anything to help. Don't get drunk at your friend's wedding? All you can do is ask her for her forgiveness, and no matter what she says about it, you have to let yourself move on, especially if she's ready to as well. The longer you hold on to it, the more you'll hurt yourself, and that's not good from any standpoint. I hope you can look to forgive yourself and let the past be the past, and I hope that she can too. I agree with that. Oh, Lord. This poor little lady. This one here is from r-wedding drama. I love this one. I love it. I love it. Ooh. This one is titled Overthinking Groom's Parents' Involvement. So, my partner and I got engaged last fall and are planning a wedding for next May. And I feel very bitter about my in-laws. Oh yeah. Why exactly do you feel bitter about your in-laws? So, to make this long story short, my sister-in-law told my partner that I and she had a conversation with her parents, my in-laws, asking them whether they would have paid for her wedding should she have gotten engaged. She's not engaged, to which they replied yes. She then told them she never plans to wed and that whatever they would have contributed to her wedding to give to us for ours, since we are engaged and planning a wedding. The way that my sister-in-law phrased it to me was like, my parents are definitely planned to help with your wedding. Then, my mother-in-law recently had a conversation with my fiance in which she asked him how much the wedding would cost, ballpark $15,000. Oof. Why are weddings so bloody well expensive? Goddamn. And upon telling her the cost, she replied, "Oh wow, that's a lot. How do you plan to save?" Basically gave him a good luck in response. Well, I mean, understandable. And I mean, they are not entitled to pay for absolutely anything. Then, my mother-in-law had a conversation with my fiance in which she asked him how much the... Okay. Now, I know it's tradition that the bride's family pays for the wedding. I'm not sure how many couples actually do this anymore, but my family comprises of a single mother who has not a lot of money. My fiance, on the other hand, comes from an upper middle class family with two married parents. My mother, though not well to do, has already jumped at the opportunity to pay for my dress and offered to help with planning. Aw, that's so sweet. I'm not saying that I was betting on my in-laws financially to take on my wedding by any means. I budgeted for a wedding that I knew my fiance and I could afford. However, I am annoyed that they haven't even offered to do anything. They weren't super congratulatory when we got engaged. They haven't offered to throw anything for us, engagement party, celebratory dinner even. And now they clearly don't plan on helping us at all with the wedding. At the end of the day, it's their money, and I wasn't betting on anything, but it's the fact that they outright told my sister-in-law that they would have paid for her whole wedding, but have no interest in pitching in for their sons. Just seems bizarre to me. Anyway, am I the a-hole? Anyway, maybe I'm the a-hole, but I'm just feeling a bit resentful. Edit. Thanks for y'all's feedback. I should say again, I wasn't upset that they aren't paying. I'm annoyed at their lack of enthusiasm or disinterest in our special day. I feel it is genuinely quite normal for parents to pitch in some way, doesn't necessarily mean financial, and it would have been nice if they had just shown a little interest or care in our wedding planning, but alas, as many pointed out, we can do whatever we want, and that hadn't occurred to me, and that is also a blessing. Oh, that's sweet. It's sad, but it's sweet. Okay. If this was about the money, I would say yes, you are the asshole. But because it's not about the money and is about the fact that they just don't seem interested in your guys' marriage, then, and like have absolutely no enthusiasm, then I totally get why you're upset. Like, they had completely jumped over the moon at the idea of their daughter getting married, but their son's wedding gives them absolutely no joy. And you know what? I kind of feel that deep in my soul, to be completely honest. That is just... That's sad, man. Like, I just splashed water all up over my face somehow, and I don't know how it happened. Um, but yeah, that is completely sad. You are not overthinking your groom's parents. It's. Oh my god. Just wow. Should I back out of being a maid of honor? This one is posted by U-Hamster Emergency 6607. It's been 4 months before the wedding of my best friend of 17 years. She is married to a boy she's been with for 8 months. I've only said hi to him, and we've only ever had a conversation because she keeps him very distant from me. She never asked me to be her MOH, but the role was automatically handed to me and her younger sister, who is 16 years old. Excuse me. Personal background. I'm a 21 years old and currently living with my boyfriend's family and pay for necessities and rent with money I saved from a previous employment. And I've been going through a rough time with a lot of doctor's visits and struggling to find work. Initial issue. The bride had told me that since I'm the maid of honor, I had to host a bridal shower. And I told her I can participate, but I cannot pay for the party, just maybe a few decorations. She said her mom would help out and cover the food and some decor. Me and her mom came to an agreement to do 50-50, and we made a list of things I said I can get, and she gave me stuff and she said we will get. Long story short, the day of the party comes, and apparently the bride's younger sister, who is the other MOH, is sick and cannot show. So the bride's mother shows up late after we set up and brings absolutely nothing for the party, thanks me for all the effort, and then leaves and doesn't help clean. Thankfully, the bride's aunts and cousins participated in food and drinks, so we got by. I was also told that it was a females only event and men showed, which added way more people than I had prepared for. This is my first bridal shower after all. And there was a very poor communication with me and the bride, and I felt very used and taken advantage of. I was trying to be a good friend, and I put my all into this party, and I sacrificed a lot, but all I got from the bride was a verbal thank you and no hug or photo with her. Her mom also promised to pay me $50 for the decor a month ago, but still never paid me. The bride also did not sit with or where or near me during the event or converse with me or other than discussing the games. Oh wow. And the saga continues. Ongoing issue. We haven't been in a good spot in our friendship since we stopped going to school together, and things got weird. She never really calls me or texts me unless she wants something or it's about her. She never checks in to see how I'm doing or tries to hang out, and whenever I ask to hang out, she says she's busy. But I end up catching her lying and find out that she's doing nothing or something different than what she said. She's always did familiar stuff like this, but when she is super obsessed with a boy, she will keep distant and I will not see her and rarely talk to her until they break up. But in this case, they're married, so I'm not sure what to do about this. Okay. Side note, I was also a little upset that she initially booked her wedding day on my 3-year anniversary with my boyfriend. Oh my gosh. She had booked it after I had told her ahead of time that I had plans and had reservations for dinner that day. I was shocked that she still booked it anyways, and I had to cancel my plans, which was upsetting, but obviously I was still willing to attend and have a small celebration. Oh, when I get home at night because I don't own that day. When I told her I canceled my reservations, I mentioned that I was trying to have at least an hour to celebrate with my boyfriend beforehand or after her ceremony, and she was saying how my role as maid of honor was very important and time consuming where I wouldn't be able to do so, almost like she wanted me not to celebrate. Okay, that's just saddening. Lastly, the bride told me that being her maid of honor is an honor and huge responsibility. And she said I have to drive her to the church and buy her breakfast and make sure that her hair and makeup is done. I told her I can't afford much or hair or makeup and that I'll barely be able to get my dress. We aren't sure how the getting ready situation is going to work out yet, since I have to get ready separately by myself, and I really don't think I can meet her expectations of a maid of honor because I have to sacrifice so much when I know that she would never do the same. Wow. She's just not a good friend, and I feel so used. Our friendship only stays connected because of our history. I can tell she genuinely doesn't care about me or our feelings or my feelings based on her actions. I really just can't take it anymore. It's hard to be a good friend when it's not reciprocated. I obviously don't want to ruin her wedding day. I'm wondering, do I just stick it through for her and keep being a good friend, or do I back out and put myself first? I don't want this friendship to continue because it's one-sided, so I either let it die or just slowly or just cut it off. What do you think? Honestly, if you are the only person who is doing any amount of work in this friendship, then obviously there's really no point in just continuing the friendship. I wouldn't even just cut her off. I'd just stop speaking. Don't cut her off. Don't let it die out slowly. Just kind of stop talking to her. Tell her that you're sorry, but you are not going to be able to attend or do absolutely any of this. And just stop answering her and never answer again. That's really all I can. I don't really know what to